come with me to do something sassy and talk about an icon, Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman would often utilize different energies and clothing to express himself, but this wasn't always easy for him, especially as a tall, dark-skinned black man, because feminine energy has often been more acceptable of men of lighter complexions. Let's just keep it real. Dennis Keith Rodman was known for his defensive and rebounding abilities. Nicknamed the Worm, he played for the Detroit Pistons, the Spurs, the Chicago Bulls, Lakers, just to name a few. But let's take a minute to talk about intersectionality. Intersectionality is the critical concept that recognizes how individuals hold multiple identities and face unique challenges at the intersections of those identities. For example, you could be black and gay. You could be black, straight, and Christian. You can be lesbian, Muslim, Latina, and trans, and short, all at the same time. It's 2025, and you'd think such nuance would be accepted or respected in today's society. But that's not always the case by far. Let's take a quick break and look at this infamous Oprah Winfrey interview with Dennis back in the day. Roll the clip!
That don't mean that I'm gay.
Okay, that's the next question coming up here.
No, I'm not gay.
You're not gay?
No. And I didn't know how I would fit in because I was so shy and to myself. So.
But you are not gay. You're saying to me you are not gay.
No.
And if you were gay, I believe you would tell me.
I think so.
I think so. So.
You don't know.
Okay, so Dennis, I mean, the obvious question is, and I have to ask it because you just laid the door open. So have you been with a man?
No.
The irony is that a lot of young men are wearing shirts with Rodman's face on it while also being shoved into boxes and often perpetuating these stereotypes to others. So ask yourself, when you assume a person's sexuality based on their energy, are you perpetuating a system of oppression or requiring some sort of performative or toxic masculinity to consider a man straight? If you see a guy with his nails painted, are you automatically trying to test or figure out if he's gay or not? And what will prove to you that he is or isn't? What's required? And we must also realize that sexuality is based on attraction and not action. No one is required to do anything, or anyone for that matter, to be considered anything. Daily, men and boys are getting harassed in comments on posts asking about their sexuality for having clean fingernails or talking with their hands. No man is safe from sassy allegations nowadays. What people don't realize is that this trend of calling men sassy is a form of homophobia and policing people's expression. I mean, hell, men can't even order an espresso martini without being called sassy. This policing often causes resentment and can backfire. And guess who gets the brunt of this aggression? Women. And imagine being called Diddy because someone deems you sassy or gay. Diddy is an abuser, a sexual harasser, a sex trafficker, a liar, a deceiver, etc., etc. I recently saw this dude's live and another man asked him, "Hey, what cologne do you use?" And this man had the nerve to say, "I ain't with that gay shit." Nigga, please. Bottom line, some of y'all men are insecure as hell, and a lot of you, yes, probably you who are listening, are perpetuating a system of patriarchy, homophobia, all the phobias. And ultimately, people get hurt, especially women. Masculine and feminine energies are something we all possess. It ain't got shit to do with sexual preference. Please let that